Look at that head shake. Big hammer. All right, guys, we on the trestle. After our first pretty solid cold front of the year, it's blowing really hard. We're flying down the bridge, but these big mules are biting. Let's go over what we're using and what we're doing here. All right, we're using our Mega Matrix, the 4-inch. If you watch some of our older videos, when we get into that winter time, when I'm starting to wear jackets all day out here, these fish are typically all mules, and I like them bigger baits for when that's the case. You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit here because we're basically fishing in the Bering Sea. You always want to use a 4/0 hook when you're using the Mega. Make sure it's a 4/0, as this hook, this lure is a little bit bigger. And boy, I tell you, we'd really be knocking these big boys out if the wind wasn't blowing 20. But it is what it is. The weather's just been really tough lately. So you got to go to know, you know what I mean? There he is. Big old hammer. Big old hammer on that Mega. Come on. There we go, baby. There we go. So what that Mega Matrix is, it's a 4-inch bait. It's a little bit bigger than the regular Matrix. And whenever these fish get up in here in the lake in the winter, it's all mules. And you can entice more strikes from bigger fish by using bigger baits. So I almost always pivot over to the Mega whenever I'm fishing the lake in the wintertime, and this is your average fish. I mean, that is a average 18-inch trout. So if you ever want the opportunity to get that 4, 5, 6 pounder that you've been looking for your whole life, go with a bigger bait. I'm telling you, that Mega Matrix is one of the best products we have at matrixshad.com. All right, whenever you're using this Mega Matrix, it's the same thing as the regular 3-inch. You're going to work it the same. Technique's the same. But look for them bigger bites. And the main, oh boy, are we in them now? I just put that fish in a well, very next cast. Oh, this one, look at that dude. Come on, baby. He ain't happy. He ain't happy. You don't think that Mega Matrix works, you better ask somebody. Everybody gets glued to them 3-inch baits in Louisiana. And that's what I use throughout a portion of the year. But in the wintertime, trout are known for wanting bigger baits, as they don't feed quite as often. And when they do feed, they want something larger. Look at that that big old bait hanging out that big fish's mouth. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. So we here to catch. Let's go over to technique again, as this fish rudely interrupted us. Here's another tip for you guys. When you're on these big mules like this, I wouldn't say after every fish, but retie often. Those bigger trout, aka the yellowmouth, when they go to suck in this lure this time of year, they will choke this thing, and them little teeth they got, they'll fray you up. And the last thing you want to do is lose a fish of a lifetime when you're out here fishing. This is the time of year to get a real big one. So fish with your best gear, retie, make sure you got your net close by, because this is when you got a shot. And the biggest fish of the year is right now. But as far as the technique goes, they're going to thump it. Sometimes they're just going to mealy mouth it. You just throw it right up on the bridge poles. You got a hard falling tide bucking a tremendous northeast wind. If this wind would just chill a little bit, it would make our lives so much easier. But sometimes they bite really good in this turbulent weather. There ain't no boats around us right now. Not many people are crazy enough to come fish in this turbulent conditions. I'm probably going to make a move north in a minute just to simply get out of these waves. You know, they're a legit 1.5 2 footers here. As you move north, the closer you get right by land, it'll be almost flat. So we'll go check and see if the fish are further north too. If they are, it'll be a lot easier on my back. I'm sitting here fighting a trolling motor too. But how do you leave when they're biting though? I can deal with a chop. I've done this many times. As I get older, it gets a little harder though. It's a little harder. Oh yeah. Where you at? I ain't seen him yet. Oh boy. Pretty good trout, pretty good. Come on. Oh, that lure's about to come out of his mouth. Golly, these things are strong. 1, 2, 3, let's go. There we go. There we go. That's it, y'all. That is it. Holy moly, look out, Simba. We got activity going on this boat. I mean, these things are like, well, I got to really grip down to grab them. Mega Matrix, big trout. Big baits, big trout, y'all. That's what we're going over today. Big waves. Oh, big waves, big trout, big baits. Look out, Simba. That one might eat you, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What are we into here? Oh, boy. This is a good one. It's not too often you getting them back to back to back like this. Get a look at that head shake. Come on, big boy. Another thing, if you're trying to figure out where to stop, I don't know if you can see this in the camera right now. There's the 174 sign right there. That's where we are at the moment. But I got pelicans sitting in the water through the bridge. I got some little terns hovering around. I've seen multiple loons. If you'd have typed it like the spot lock, with your iPilot, kind of fish slower than I do and hone in on certain areas. These little things here where you get these rusty pylons up underneath the bridge, just creating more pylons. That's always a good place to maybe target more often than not, where I personally like to just fly down the bridge and just pick them off one at a time. Just the sheer fact that you just don't see them ganged up or schooled up too often on the bridge. This is a different class of fish. This is a different type of fishing. These fish spread out. They're loners for the most part. They're in very small schools. And covering water is super important, super effective. as the pelicans were flying by. Here comes the mule. Yo. They're all mules, baby. They're all mules. Big, dark, heavy fish. Go ahead and end it here, y'all. Another just black, fat, chunky trout on that Mega Matrix. Make sure to subscribe to this month's bait box. These Mega Matrixes in multiple colors will be sent out in this box. Make sure to get your hands on some 4/0 hooks to pair with this. And do not be afraid of the wind. This time of year, if you want to catch some big trout, some big Pontchartrain lunkers like this right here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we have all kinds of videos catching these mules like this, y'all. And I hope you enjoyed this one, as this is one heck of a day. They're eating up right now in some pretty fierce conditions. So subscribe to everything, guys. Until next time, good fishing.